Hi, my friends. I'm Mike Knoll, and today is Thursday, the 19th of December, 2024. Today, I want to talk about creating a team for the 8D problem solving. So, 8D stands for 8 disciplines. It is a tried and true process for solving a problem. It was invented by the Ford Company, and I've done it dozens of times. I can tell you it works pretty well. So, in the 8D or 8 disciplines problem solving, and in lots of things, it's important to have the right people. And we could debate about how many people should be on a team. However, in my experience, I found that 4 to 6 people is ideal. Looking at other types of teams, a Scrum Guide and Amazon's 2 Pizza Rule say that teams should be 10 people or fewer. And granted, there may be problems that are so complex you need as many as 10 in a room. But if you find yourself getting much beyond that, you might want to do a little bit of research and break the problem down either to its core problem or solve the components of the problem separately. So, 8D team, you're going to need a team lead, and the team lead will have overall responsibility for implementing the solutions. And you will also need to have team members who have firsthand knowledge of the problem and the process and are empowered to address it. And unless your team is fully trained in 8D methodology, at least the team lead anyway, you'll need to have a facilitator to guide the team through the 8D process. At first, the facilitator will lead the discussion and guide the team, but through the course of the project, that responsibility will transition to the team lead. So you'll also need somebody to take notes and keep track of action items. And you can use technology during the meeting to make this easier, but if you are recording the meeting, you need to make sure the team members know that you're doing that. So before selecting the team, you'll need to have some facts about what you're trying to solve, and it could be an opportunity to improve, whether that's a process or just a work section area. You might have a customer complaint to address. You might have an audit finding, whether internal or external. And you might have had a negative incident. Maybe you shipped a product that didn't meet standards or a bad customer service incident. So in the latter case especially, you're going to need to have someone who has really strong understanding of the process leading up to the issue so that they can make sure that all the departments involved have representation. And remember, at this point, you're not trying to solve the problem or even get to the root cause, but you should at least have an idea of who's going to know how to do those things. Also, at this D1 stage is where you're going to do the planning for the meetings and get a schedule of when to get together and what the agenda is going to be. Often, the facilitator will do this with the cooperation of the team lead. For an average customer corrective action request, it may take roughly 8 hours of meeting time to go through the whole 8D process from beginning to end. And that's an estimate. Each one is going to be different. So I found it best to meet for at least an hour at a time, but no more than 2 hours. People start getting tired after that. And while you're doing the schedule, maybe block off some time immediately after the meeting for the scribe to send out notes, and if necessary, adjust the agendas for the following meetings. And for the meeting room, choose one that everybody can get to, and ideally one that the team members are familiar with. I like to put a map in the meeting invitation so that they'll know exactly where the meeting room is. The meeting room is going to need to have whiteboards so you can do brainstorming exercises, and it may be helpful to have a projector screen or a big screen TV so that you can display information. It's also fine to skip the screens. You can just give out handouts, and that has the advantage of skipping the distraction of technology. So when you get to the meeting room, make sure you provide them with everything they need to do the brainstorming and to do the discussion. You're going to need some sticky note pads, have some markers, have some whiteboard markers. Don't get those mixed up. That's really important. and anything else you can think of that they might need. If you have a group that's working together for the first time, consider giving them some name tags or little name cards that they can put on their place where they sit. And when you have your first meeting, it's a good idea to make sure everyone knows what the objectives are, what the due dates are, and what the expectations are of each individual. You could even include it in the invitation to the meeting. You can print it out, display it on the screen, do whatever you need to make sure they understand what they're there for. So that is all I have for D1 on the 8D process. And next time we talk, I'm going to talk about D2, which is define and describe the problem. So thank you very much for watching my video. I am Michael Null. I'm on YouTube as @QualityMike84. Goodbye.